break, we spoke about artificial diamonds. Can you tell us how the sale of artificial diamonds has been compared to natural diamonds, and how it has affected the market of natural diamonds?
Elsabe, you remember that I said we've been testing and trying for 60, 70, 80 years how to make diamonds. We figured that out. Then the second thing we needed to figure out was how to make them at scale, in huge volumes. That we figured out. That depended on having the right machine. That we figured out. We've actually built those machines, millions of them, thousands of them. So what happens is that in places like India, artificial diamonds are produced by the millions of carats. So the important thing to remember is that the human eye cannot see the difference between an artificial diamond and a natural diamond. You need fairly specialized equipment to do that, but I think the saving grace at this moment is that all diamonds are not created equal. You can still very much on the chemical fingerprint determine the nature of an artificial diamond, and artificial diamonds tend to have more blemishes, fissures in them, so impurities. We haven't figured that one out yet, but we're working on it. The whole thing is that natural diamonds are only useful for two applications at this moment. The one is as a gem, so it's a high value diamond. People want to wear it, women want to wear it on their hands. And the other one is what we call in the industry carborundum. Carborundum is if you go buy a disc at Megabult to put in your angle grinder to cut bricks or anything or metal, you will see it's called a carborundum disc. It is impregnated with small shards of diamond. Did you know that?
I did.
Do you know that a carborundum disc is fairly expensive?
I do.
Because it's basically a diamond disc, but it's minute shards of diamonds that is compressed into a carborundum disc. But that is a typical industrial application. If you look at the situation in Namibia, it's very important to remember that we have always been a leading gem diamond producer. So the quality of diamonds that come from Namibian mines and from Botswana mines and from some South African mines are very good. It is not Sierra Leonean diamonds or Ghanaian diamonds, or the typical West African diamonds. But you also have to realize there's no shortage of gem diamonds. But what I told you earlier is that it's expensive to mine a diamond. The equipment that you need, the way that you dig them up or you salvage them from the seabed, you need very, very, very expensive equipment to be able to do that. What is the important fact about all of this is that there's a certain level below which you cannot mine a diamond or produce a diamond, put a gem diamond on the market. You need to make that investment to be able to produce gem diamonds. With artificial diamonds, you can start small. There's an upfront capital investment. Yes, the machinery is expensive, but you don't need to produce 1 million diamonds in a year. You can start by producing 100,000 carats in a year. Now, if you look at what's been happening in the market, you would have noticed that about 2 weeks ago, De Beers said they're going to shut down the Venetia mine in South Africa, which is the last operational De Beers mine. Not the last diamond mine, but the last one owned by De Beers in South Africa, but which was a very prolific mine. In Canada, De Beers have also shut down Ekati mine, and they have put the expansion plans on a second mine in Canada on hold. Now it's very interesting to make the comparisons. This Ekati mine that is now in the process of being shut down produced about 4.5 million carats in a year. And their production is down to about 3 million carats, and that's the level where it was decided that this is no longer a viable mine. They're not selling enough for the cost of running the mining operation. But if you look at Namibia, when Namdeb produces 1 million carats in a year, they're very happy. Do you see? It's a picture now emerging. Ekati in Canada, 3 million carats a year, they cannot make it. Namdeb in Namibia, 1 million carats a year, they're very happy. Why is that?
Please answer.
This is a very important consideration in the whole diamond industry because of the inherent difference in value. Your 1 million carats Namibian diamonds are worth much more than your 3 million carats Canadian diamonds. It's not the same quality. Remember what I said, all diamonds are not created equal. So this becomes a huge factor when we come back to Namdeb, and we have to sort of speculate what we think De Beers is going to do, what options they have to override this. Now, it's very, very insightful. It gives you a glimpse of what's going on if you look at what's been happening on the downstream side. Now, remember, the downstream side is what I told you, where you sell polished diamonds in a retail market, in jewelry or in a pendant or engagement ring, or whatever people want it for. And it is by definition a high quality. It's the luxury market.